Okay, 27 minutes give or take in. I get all wound up. Now I feel like I could talk all night. And I just need to take some deep breaths, figure out what else I need to do.
The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler.
Good morning, fellow pickers and would-be adventurers. This is Dealer with the Crazy Picker Life. I'm just sitting around the house tonight a little bit, relaxing. Got most of my day in the books. Today, Monday, I actually took a reasonable, easy Monday. Trying to get caught up on some things. We're going to be going on the road reasonably soon, next week sometime. And just need to get on top of caught up and all that. So it was a nice relaxing day. I plan to relax most of the evening. This break from our contest sort of is a bummer, but a lot of times what I'll do, I know when there's the grind and I know when there's a break period, and we're gonna hit the grind again, but we're more or less in a period where I'm catching up on some things. And that's just kind of how I do it. It's not really planned. It's pedal to the metal, and then you try to maintain that momentum until you are exhausted. And then, you know, you got to be smart enough at that point to pull up on the stick like you're flying an airplane and avoid the mountain. You know, you don't want to crash into the mountain. So I've pulled up on the sticks, I've avoided the mountain, and I'm on the other side cruising a little bit here for a week or so. And come vacation time, which is also picking time, that's going to be go time and fun time. And then when we get back, it's going to be go time till the end of the year. That's just how things work out. Okay, today is kind of a special vlog. It's number 50. Woo, 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 woo. Some people, myself included, didn't think I could do 50 in a row every day. I will have to admit that some of the vlogs have been late, and I think some have even not quite made it on the day they were supposed to make it due to technical difficulties. But 50 in a row, I haven't missed one. And if you include the pilot, just like the big guys do and the big gals do and the big studios do, we had a pilot episode too. And if you haven't checked the pilot out, which is not episode number 1, it's the pilot. It's a trip that we took in the Jeep behind me with my family. I'm really proud of that one. If you haven't watched that one, go back and watch it. That's a good one. I think that's one of our best. It's not so much picking, but I think it shows some of the spontaneity you can have. If you are a picker, you can just go and do stuff. That's a lot of fun. And you know, I owe this Jeep to my picking back here. If I wasn't a picker, I might still have a Jeep, but it wouldn't mean as much. I would have earned it in a different way, I think. Maybe not my own business, maybe working for somebody. This is an accomplishment of, you know, working for myself and you know, buying and selling basically my way to buying a Jeep. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about, and I'm going to try to do this in one shot. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I learned in doing 50 daily vlogs in a row. And I'm not necessarily saying that, I got this mobile camera here, look at that reflection. I just got my Jeep detailed, so it's really reflecting everything. And the cicadas are out, I love that. I'm not saying that you need to do a daily vlog. I think some of you out there do videos. In fact, I know some of you guys out there do videos, and some of you do daily vlogs or almost daily vlogs. Some of you have more subscribers and make better videos and all that than I do, have been at it longer. And then some of you put out videos once in a while, and some of you are thinking about it. Making the videos, it's one possibility. You don't have to make videos, but some of the things I'm about to talk about transfer, I think, into your business, whether you're a picker or some other business. They can transfer into other parts of your life. So I don't think this is just about daily vlogging. In fact, daily vlogging, 50 episodes in a row, has probably taught me as much about myself as just about the process of vlogging. A lot of people think, well, vlogging is just vlogging your life. You don't really learn anything, you just do it. And that's far from the truth. So number one, and I made just a little list because I knew if I wing it, this could be a 2-hour episode. And I don't think I have it in me tonight. I mean, I like to talk, and I know some of you wish I would just talk nonstop or something. I don't know how that exactly works out, but not tonight. I'm going to stay a little focused, hopefully. You never know. The camera's still rolling. We haven't finished yet. Number one, accountability. Now, when you do a daily vlog, commit to that. It's reasonably easy to give up. You could just give up. But when you start putting information out there and you start gaining an audience, small at first, and then it grows a little bit and it grows a little bit more, and you start getting communication with people and they start asking you for things and you start telling things, and it's this dance that you do. There's certainly an accountability to get new episodes out every day, but that's not really the accountability that I'm talking about. In my vlogs, I try to, and I tend to just normally verbalize what's going on, what I want to do, where I'm heading, some of my goals, some of those things. And got the crowd coming in here. Hi guys. You come and say hi?
Hi.
Going in now? Is it computer time?
This is my new dress.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. What did you tell me that was?
A cupcake dress.
Cupcake dress. That's pretty nice. Okay, we'll see you later, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so accountability. So I'll put this information out there, and really, once I put something out there like, hey, I'm gonna finish off my packing station, my mind is going, hey, my audience expects me to finish this packing station. I've verbalized it, now I've got to do it. And to me, I mean, if I get too far behind or too run down, or if I lose an attitude, if my attitude goes from steady or positive down to too negative, all those things could hurt. But for me, that accountability actually drives me to some degree, and I get a lot done. So there's been a few things that I verbalized that I haven't got done, but they're still grinding around up in here a little bit. They're still motivating me, and I think I will get it done. So the accountability factor is important. Now in business, when you're the last in line, if it's your own business, you're going to be the person that has to hold yourself accountable, whether it's to a certain number of listings, whether it's to get out at 6 a.m. and get on the road to find stuff, as opposed to roll out at noon, to make that extra stop to find stuff, to push yourself to ask the right questions, whatever you got to hold yourself to be successful in this business, or in any business. You got to do that. And for me, I'm pretty good at holding myself accountable. I go in streaks, and so this daily vlogging has kept me more accountable. And I think taking Sundays off helps because I release some of the tension involved in that, and that certainly needs to be there. So you can only tighten the screw of accountability so long before it's going to strip out of the wall, or you're gonna strip out of the wall, if you know what I mean. So you just can't keep driving yourself endlessly and expect to get good efficiency. But the daily vlog has definitely given me accountability for certain projects, listing certain goals. Once I show that goal board, it's like, man, the pressure is on to hit that goal. I've just showed this goal board. You can't blow it in the first day. And when we did blow it a few days back, I knew, I had a feeling that our streak was up. Even Golden State this year in the NBA, if you follow the NBA, I think they had a pretty good record this year. They had this streak. They peaked early before the finals, and LeBron and company, the Cavaliers, came in and took care of them. And so every streak, however good it is going to come to an end, and it doesn't mean you can't pick it up again. But I felt that we were peaking and we were gonna implode, especially when school started. I could tell, and I don't let everybody know everything, obviously, and I kind of let Wheeler learn his own lessons on that. But that's just how that is. Okay, cause effect. Another cause effect of the vlog is I'll have to think, what am I doing tomorrow for the daily vlog, right? So it's almost like a planning tool in a sense. Sunday's coming up, where are we going to go? And so Friday, Saturday, I'm asking that of Lon and myself. I'm like, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go? We want to do something. It's a daily vlog. It's forcing us to go out and do things on Sunday, which are a lot of fun. We've always went out and did some things, but it's just as easy to sit around. And so the cause is we need to have something to show, and the effect is we start talking about it and we actually go do something on Sunday, and when we're all done, we're not any more worn out. In fact, it's, getting out and doing stuff's a joy with the family. It's a stress reliever. And it's the same thing. 10 episodes ago, I said, all right, when I hit 50 episodes, I'm going to talk about daily vlogging. And here I am. And I could have said nothing and not done this episode, or I could have just given up. And so by saying episode 50, I'm going to do that made pretty certain I was going to do at least 50 episodes, right? I wasn't going to quit before that. I laid it out there. I put a goal out there, and here we are. Now, I'm not planning on quitting the daily vlog, by the way, but you got to dangle the carrot, and so that's a good one. I put learning technology. It's funny, I'm in the camera business. In fact, I was looking at our numbers for the camera business, and we've sold almost $500,000 of camera equipment. That's a lot of camera equipment at an average ticket of $45 or $40. That's an awful lot of equipment. And I've sold a lot more of stuff on eBay than $500,000. I forget what my calculation was. I did it in an early show before the daily vlog. I actually went and calculated since 1999 how much I have sold different things on eBay. But the camera business, we're deep in the camera business. We're selling lots of camera stuff, and I'm kind of camera dumb. You know, Wheeler's the technology guy. And so doing this daily vlog, I started with my phone, and I found out the limitations of the phone right away. I studied other vloggers and people who do videos, and I bought, you know, a reasonable camera, and I still don't know how to use 90% of what this camera is all about. And this tripod, it's just like trial and error, but I've pushed myself into learning some new technology. And when I was in my 20s and my 30s, I was all about learning new technology. There was a lot of new technology that was coming in. The internet was just coming in. I was, let's see, how old am I? I was 30-ish, right around the 1998, 99, somewhere in there. And so in my 20s was when the internet was coming in its infancy, when everybody was on AOL. And of course, I remember before that, when it was message boards, CompuServe, and, you know, modems, make all those modem noises and all that crazy stuff. I mean, I was before that with Commodore 64s and VIC-20s and TRS-80s, and we built, my dad and myself built a Sinclair 1000 computer with 1064 bytes of internal memory or something, and it had a membrane keyboard, and you had to actually solder it together. So I've been around from near the beginning of all this computer technology. And I had an Instamatic camera when I was a kid, clicked off 126 film and all that kind of stuff. But in the last 5 years, I've just backed off the cutting edge of technology. In fact, it's moving so fast, I feel stupid and dumb half the time. I just use the stuff as tools, but I just have no clue to what's going on. And I mean, I have a technology background, and so I've let go. I never thought I would, but I've let go. So getting into this again, editing software, I do 99% of the editing for this vlog. This camera, this Canon G7X Mark II, is pretty cool. How to get files uploaded and downloaded. I use the Apple, whatever the free included Apple software, Apple, whatever it is, to edit. And at some point I might upgrade to their Pro version, but really don't need to. I got a new MacBook Pro and had to kind of learn the ins and outs of that, even though that's my second Apple computer. I had a desktop one for the last 4 or 5 years, and I really like it, by the way. There are some limitations. So, I've had to learn, YouTube, how to upload to YouTube and do some of the settings on there. So I forced myself to get back in the game a little bit, and although there's lots of challenges with that, that feels okay. The brain is functioning again. Don't give up, dealer. You might still be able to stay in the game. We know you're gonna peak 50 years old pretty soon. Man, that's ancient. You must be farting dust. Oh man, never thought I'd be 50. Here it comes. Okay, discipline. Let's talk about discipline. If you want to work for yourself, there are some people that I think work 24 hours a day, 6 or 7 days a week. You could probably call that discipline, but that would be more like overworking or workaholic. Discipline is more about doing the things you need to do when you need to do them. And on the other end of that, when you do that, you can do some or all of the things you want to do when they come along or when you want to do them. So the discipline is to get the right things out of the way at the right time. This vlog has had to fit into my crazy life already And so I've had to develop even more discipline and sharpen that, and that's been valuable. I've been able to get more done in other parts of my life because I've really had to pick and choose what's important. I've had to identify what's important. I have lost some sleep, which starts to do two things. It makes you pay attention, and you start focusing on what really needs to be done. And so if you don't want to lose sleep, you start to look at what's valuable in your life. It's a little like if you hold your breath, at some point you want to breathe. When you start losing sleep, at some point you want to sleep. And so you got two choices, crash and burn or get disciplined. And so this has really sharpened that for me. In the 50 days, I've probably had at least 5 or 6 that I've just shook my head going, what am I doing? Fly problem in the fall here in the near west. We don't have too many bugs out here, but once a year for a month or two, and it can be different parts of the summer or fall, the flies are nasty. They just want to bite. And we hit that this last week for whatever reason. I haven't been able to figure it out 10 years out here. It happens all at different times, and it's not for the whole summer, and it's different parts. So the other thing that came out of this discipline is I had to look at some of the things I was doing to maintain this pace, and one of the things I wasn't doing enough of was exercise, and that identified itself pretty quick in the 50 days, and it started to bother me. And so another part of the discipline that has come out of this vlog is I got off my ass and made sure I was getting a minimum exercise in, I can say every day, but in reality what I've been doing now is 5 days out of 7. And so today I went for my 2-mile minimum run today. Made it part of the school year, part of the gym class, part of the kids' physical education. I get out there and do mine and work it in. Today's day 11. I did 5 days last week, 5 days the week before, 2 miles minimum. It's starting to feel more like a habit. Now this morning, I went to bed last night 11:30, and this morning I got up at no, that's not true. Yeah, okay. I kind of wound down and wasn't able to sleep, and at 11:30 I thought about what I was supposed to do. See, I'm a little whacked out about that. I actually got back up and did my vlog editing and packed my orders. Yeah, today is kind of out of whack, and so I worked from midnight till like 5 a.m. 5 a.m.? 4 a.m., 5 a.m., boy. Then I came home and went to sleep. So I really only got like 3.5 hours of sleep, and then I got a couple naps today, which really helps. Short naps. 20-minute naps are great if you can get them. But this morning I still slogged through, and it wasn't too bad. I slogged through 2 miles. And so it's part of my routine. It's part of my discipline that I've done now. I said enough is enough. Okay, appreciation. Doing this vlog, I appreciate a lot of things. I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate the comments and the encouragement that I get. I appreciate the sun rising and the sun setting. Another day has passed. I like it when orders come in. I've been able to maintain sort of a good positive attitude about everything, and I think part of it is just going through this cycle of daily vlogging every day and all that. That's part of it. The other thing I appreciate is other people who put stuff up on YouTube. There is nothing that difficult about making YouTube videos, movies, any of that. It just takes effort and time, and if you want to be good, you just have to keep at it. But I really appreciate some of the editing and some of the things people do, because it is a lot of work. My typical video, and this one is an exception, is probably, let's say 20 clips throughout the day. And so that's not that bad. I have to go in and I have to shorten some of them, and I have to cut the beginning and ending off of most of the clips, because most of them start with the camera like this and they end with the camera like that when I turn off the button. And you know, sometimes I say a few things I don't really want to show, or sometimes I swear, or you know, there's things that you got to get out of there, and you got to get some continuity and all that. So even with 20 clips on average, there's some editing, and you got to watch the whole thing, because you got to make sure that you got the clips. You can't be talking along and all of a sudden, you know, it goes to pink elephants going by, and then it comes back to you and you act like nothing happened. You know, there's some comedy on our vlog, but it's not Monty Python. Oh my goodness. So I appreciate the effort. If you ever watch people like, say, Casey Neistat, or there's a whole bunch of other examples. There's a guy that Fun with Louie. He's a world traveler, and I don't agree with everything that these vloggers stand for or anything like that necessarily. I like watching some of their vlogs. It's the same like you watching me. You probably don't agree with everything I say. I understand that, but you might enjoy watching. Some of these guys have hundreds of clips, and then on top of that, they're putting graphics and music and drone shots. Another one that I like to watch is Adam the Woo. He's got a daily vlog. He's recently went on a traveling spree where that's just all he does. And these guys just clip after clip after clip, and so they're editing a lot. Now, some of these people have a regular life, but most of their business life is just the vlogging. That's the difference with mine, is I actually, you know, work for a living in my business, and then the vlogging just is got to be more or less on the fly with that. I don't have time for a lot of farting around. I don't have time for a lot of horsing around. I have to just take clips when I can, talk about things when I can. Some of my videos, I think, are fast-paced. Other ones are a little slower and drier, whatever. That's the real deal, you know. I can't show it all. I got to pack orders with both hands. I can't do time lapses on everything. I just don't have the extra hours in the day to do some of that. So you don't get it all, but you get a glimpse, right? So I appreciate, though, these channels and these people that do some of those things and do it well, because I'm in it. I see what it takes to put it together, and that's pretty incredible. So a lot of appreciation comes from actually getting in this game of daily vlogging. Fun, and it breaks up the day. On Saturday we filmed, no, Saturday? Friday night we filmed the question and answer session, and I don't believe I did any other vlogging that whole day. That was the first day that I didn't do, you know, hour by hour, something might go in the vlog, and it felt really weird. It felt like something was missing in my day. And then again today, I didn't do any vlogging except sit down now and do this part of it all out, and it felt really strange. And so it's a little like running, it's a little like working in your business every day. It's a little like going to work every day. It's a little like if you go for coffee every day or whatever. It becomes part of your life, and it is a fun break, and it is a way to be creative a little bit, and all that. So there's a fun aspect to the whole thing. Now the last thing, and then I think I'm going to close this out, there's a certain value, and there's a certain insanity in talking to yourself, and doing this vlog gives me a great excuse to talk to you, but in reality this is free therapy, man. I'm talking to myself. Oh my gosh, I don't know if admitting that is exactly the greatest thing either. I guess if you don't know there's a problem, are you really insane? If you know there's a problem, are you really insane? I'm not sure which way that goes. So this gives you an excuse. This gives me an excuse to talk to myself. And I'll tell you what, I sort some stuff out while I'm doing this. You can think in your head and get some things thought out. You can talk to somebody and get some feedback. But I'll tell you what, it's echoing. I'm talking to this camera. I'm talking to myself. Then I go and I watch it to edit it. And then I get feedback from you guys out there. Whew, man, I could be spending, you know, $100 a day on therapists, and this is free. So this is like a bonus. That might even be the lead-in clip right there. It's a funny, funny world, isn't it? Okay. 27 minutes, give or take, in. I get all wound up. Now I feel like I could talk all night. And I just need to take some deep breaths, figure out what else I need to do, wind down a little bit. I'm going to do some chatting with my wifey and talking with her. We are through trial and error and looking at houses and thinking about what we want to do with our living situation and all that. We are processing this whole thing, and of course we went from 0 to 6 kids. We went from 0 to home business, bigger home business, successful home business. Lon has started a new career since we moved out here 10 years ago. You know, we started in an apartment. We're in a house now. We homeschooled from little kindergartners. Now we're graduating a senior this year. I mean, we've been through a lot of changes, and we just added 2 children in the last 4 and 5 years at a fairly large family already. And so to consider changing everything we have again and trying to make a living place somewhere in the United States, a house that can house the house and the homeschool and the business, and a community that our family can thrive in, just to open that whole possibility up to a new place has been a little overwhelming, and we're starting to process through that. So hoping to sit down and we've made a few breakthroughs in the last couple of weeks on our plan. I'm more impulsive. I just want to go, and Lon is a little more stable on that, so we clash, but the end result is I think we're going to get it right. I sure hope we're going to get it right. Whew. So if you'd like to comment on this vlog, it's different than normal. I don't know if there's value here for you. I know some of you will enjoy this vlog, and some of you will be like, you know, show me the money, show me the items you pick, you know, go on vacation, show me your office. I mean, everybody wants something different. I guess without plugging my vlog, you just got to keep watching, and I try to provide glimpses into all those things. and I'm not any one of those things every day, and so that's just where this is heading. This is my life and my family and our business and a little bit of all of it. Really like the cicadas. You know, you got a little bit of traffic noise here, occasional, you know, truck or siren or kids or motorcycle or whatever. But in the summer, you can sit, and for a minute or two, you can just have that nice background of the cicadas, and it's really it almost makes you feel like you're in the country. And I think I'm going to sit out here a little while. I think I'm going to ask my wife to come out, Lon, and sit out here with me a little bit. It's a really nice night. Okay, and I did, for those that watch, I did remove my little sound muff so I could see myself in the framing and not get all weird. When I look through the framing, you can't hear. This is kind of what this is what I see in the viewfinder when the muff is on there. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? I'm down in the weeds. Maybe that thing try to focus on that. So I don't know about this wind muff thing. It's why didn't they put the microphone on the side or somewhere away from the viewfinder? They definitely didn't understand wind noise. Yeah, well, you can have 100 engineers design something and they still miss something reasonably critical, right? They made this really cool screen that flips around, and I really like that, but obviously not any vloggers in the Canon world. Canon, if you're watching, put your microphone where I can put a muff on it and not be hiding behind the muff trying to center my face on this camera, so I'm not like, hey everybody, how's the vlog? I like it. Gotta like it. Gotta like it. Vlog over.
Hey, Wheeler. Dealer Production.